Hi, where have you been? I've been waiting for you. I have a book. It's called The Word Collector by Peter H. Reynolds. And if you remember the book The Dot, he wrote that one. And this is another in his series of kind of being creative kind of books. It reminded me when I picked it up of the book we read last week when we read Giraffe Problems and we looked for interesting words. Well, this book is all about interesting words. There's a little note from the author inside. It says, just a few words from Peter Hamilton Reynolds. I hope my book inspires you to collect your own words. Keep being creative and help those around you to be brave and confident. Keep reading, keep writing, keep dreaming. Keep going and never stop. Let's keep connecting the dots. Your friend on the journey, Pete. And the great thing about interesting words is they're not only fun when you read, but they are great when you write. You can take the words you find in your reading and you can find a way to use them when you write or when you speak. And people think you're very bright. So here we go. The Word Collector. Collectors collect things. Some people collect stamps. Some people collect coins. Some people collect rocks. Some people collect art. Some collect bugs. Others collect baseball cards. And some people collect comic books. And Jerome? What did he collect? Jerome collected words. He collected words he heard. My trip to Peru was perfectly pleasant. Certain words caught his attention. See, he's writing them down when he hears them. He collected words he saw. Willow tree tea shop. Certain words jumped out at him. He collected words he read. Emerald. Certain words popped off the page. Short and sweet words like spark, bloom, drift, and dream. Two-syllable treats. Treasure, motif, whisper, candid, hover, glimmer. And multi-syllable words that sounded like little songs. Geometry, guacamole, kaleidoscope, wonderful, and symphony. There were words that he did not know the meaning of at first, but they were marvelous to say. Aromatic, vociferous, and effervescent. That's a great one. There were words whose sounds were perfectly suited to their meaning. Molasses, torrential, Tyrannosaurus rex, bellow, and smudge. Smudge. Jerome filled his scrapbooks with more and more of his favorite words. Jerome's collections grew. He began organizing them. Dreamy, science, sad, action, poetic. One day, while transporting them, Jerome slipped and his words went flying. As he began to pick them up, he noticed his collections had become jumbled. Big words next to little words, sad words next to dreamy words. Lost turmeric, dream cloud, infinitesimal star. That is a great word. Silent orchestra. Jerome began stringing words together. Whisper, symphony, electric, peace. Words he had not imagined being side by side. Savor, dreams, cascading, stars. He used his words to write poems. He used his poems to make songs. They moved. They delighted. Some of his simplest words were his most powerful. I understand. I'm sorry. Thank you. You matter. Jerome eagerly collected more and more of his favorite words. Brilliance, waterfall, molecule, bungalow, bohemian, gaggle. So many interesting words in the world, and so many of them are just fun to say. The more words he knew, the more clearly he could share with the world what he was thinking, feeling, and dreaming. One breezy afternoon, Jerome climbed the highest hill, pulling a wagon packed with his word collection. I wonder what he's going to do with it up on top of a hill. As he smiled as he emptied his collections of words into the wind. He did that. He saw children in the valley below scurrying about, collecting words from the breeze. Jerome had no words to describe how happy that made him. It's interesting, isn't it? At the end, he had no words. And at the end, from the author, it says, reach for your own words, tell the world who you are and how you will make it better. Peter Hamilton Reynolds. So using words can be really powerful. Using just the right word to tell people what you're thinking, how you're feeling, how you want them to feel, what you want them to know. So think about it. When you read, look for those really interesting words. Sometimes people keep a little notebook or a scrap of paper and they write down all those interesting words, and then when they go to write something, or if they want to tell someone exactly how they're feeling, they can look at that list of words and they can pick one. So be like Jerome, be a word collector. I would love to see any of the words that you find, interesting words. Someone last week sent me a whole really cool thing they did with all the words that were in the giraffe book, and I loved to see that. So if you find some interesting words, start a collection, and I would love to know. I know your teacher would love to know. So you keep reading, I'll keep reading. We'll keep washing our hands and staying safe, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.